So I've been thinking a lot about some of the things that I know now that I had no idea about a few years ago. And I've decided I just want to say some things out loud to some of you that might need to hear them, including myself. So let's get into it. Okay. There's a lot of things that I wish somebody would have told me, but honestly, even if they did, I probably wouldn't have listened. I'm kind of at this point in my life where I feel like everything that I went through is for a reason. And if I wouldn't have gone through that, I wouldn't have learned that, I might not be where I am today. So I'm really grateful for all those lessons learned. I'm still gonna tell you because I don't want that for you. So I got married when I was 24 years old to basically my first boyfriend, my first real boyfriend. And at that time, we had been together for about 5 years. I could go on and on about our relationship and what happened and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But I'm not gonna do that right now. The one thing I want you to hear before you marry him, just know that you will not change them. I'll even say it again. Just know you will not change him. So if there's anything that you don't like, anything that is a red flag, anything that's not okay, marriage will not change it. If he is not willing to change for you now, he will not be willing to change at the altar. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that people don't change after they get married. They definitely do. But I remember a conversation specifically with a mentor that I had. I was in chiropractic school and it was one of my clinic docs, and my ex-husband and I were about to get married, and I don't remember the specific conversation, but I remember saying something to him along the lines of, or joking about how there was something that he was doing or didn't do. He said to me, "Is that going to be okay with you?" And I kind of giggled and didn't really think much of it, except I remember thinking about it for years after. Even now, I still think about that. The way he said that, is that going to be okay with you? And I said to him, well, after we get married, I'm sure he'll change. That'll change. And he said, don't count on that. I just kind of passed it off. Yeah. But I still think about that. That's still something that I knew in my heart that was wrong of me to think. Whatever this was, that was a big deal, or maybe it wasn't a big deal. The fact that I'm bringing up and talking about it to somebody, and to think that I actually thought that would change. It didn't. Whatever it was, it didn't change. Just because I know that there were so many things that I wish were different about him, or wish that he did different or didn't do, or whatever, that never changed. Fast forward, obviously, we ended up getting a divorce, and I wish I would have really thought more about that. I think one thing that I held on to through all of that was the fact that my best friend at the time had gotten married while I was engaged, and her now husband, it was a completely different relationship than mine. I remember her saying after she got married that marriage was so much better. The difference is they didn't have issues before. They were so happy that they just got happier. I understand that now because I have that now. My now husband is the best. He's so amazing, and I'm so happy, and I am so much happier even now, and love him even more now than I did the day we got married. And that's not what I experienced before. I hope this is making sense. I feel like I'm just rambling, but I just wish that I had known it wasn't gonna get better. He didn't want to change before we got married. Why would he want to change after he's got you? Why would marriage change him? Just something to think about. The other thing I wish somebody told me was about social media. I wasn't going to talk about this, but it's so funny to me. I had therapy yesterday, and I love my therapist so much. She is seriously the best, and she's been through so much of my life with me. I think I've been going to her for 8 or 9 years now, which means she started with me before my ex-husband and I were even engaged. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we may have been engaged at the time, but again, she started with me before I got married the first time. So she knows everything about me. She knows pretty much everything that's gone on in my life. And I had a session with her yesterday, and she said something to me that I hadn't seen about myself. I show up on social media. I'm so active, and I love showing authenticity, and I love being vulnerable on there. I love opening up to people, and I like to say that I'm an open book. But one thing that she really pointed out to me, there are definitely things that I don't share. She said social media was perfect for me because I can be vulnerable and I can be authentic and I can share and be an open book on my own terms. We were talking about something that I'm dealing with right now that I'm not ready to share in our trying to conceive journey. I'm not prepared to share that with the world. I'm just not. I really haven't shared much of it with anybody. She asked me why I have a hard time telling people and talking about it. And I just said, I just don't want to be emotional. I'm a very emotional person. I feel my feelings. As you can see, I'm getting kind of emotional now. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to tell people when I'm struggling because it's like the fear of them having compassion for me or feeling sad for me or showing emotion towards me and care. It makes me more sad if somebody is feeling those feelings for me. So the thought of telling anybody about anything I'm struggling with or going through is really, really hard because I don't know how to accept care. And I didn't really realize that about myself until she said that. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I have such a hard time opening up, really. I can open up to a camera because the camera won't give me any emotion back. And if I do share anything online, people can comment and all of that. But again, I don't have to approach that. I don't have to respond. I can do that all on my own terms. So I guess that's just a part of the social media and the side of social media that you don't see. Another thing that you don't see is that social media in general, sometimes you look at these big accounts and these people that have so many followers and so many views all the time and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, gosh, they have it all figured out. I wish I knew. No, nobody has it all figured out. I don't know. Maybe some people do. I'm sure some people do. But I never feel like I've got it all figured out. And it's sometimes I'll have some confidence in our pages and confidence in whatever I'm posting. I'll be feeling good about it. And then I get stuck and I'm just right back to where I was before, feeling like I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm kind of right there now. I guess I just wanted to post this to show nobody's life is actually perfect. I know it's so easy to see people and compare and wish your life looked like theirs. And we still do that. And that's never going to change. You're still always going to be doing that subconsciously. It's human nature, I feel like. But just know that not everybody is as perfect as it looks like they are. Nobody's life looks exactly like it does online. I can promise you that. Nobody. Definitely not mine. I share a lot, but I don't share everything. As my therapist says, I will share and be vulnerable and authentic on my own terms. I don't know who needed to hear any of this. If anybody needed to hear any of this, maybe it was just me needing to say it. But if something landed for you, share it. Send it to somebody. Because I really think that somebody just needs to tell us the truth sometimes. And I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep showing up here, being honest, and bringing you into our world. Subscribe if you want to be here for it.